Joining me now is someone who's experiencing this crisis firsthand, Sheriff Mark Daniels of Cochise County, Arizona. Sheriff, good evening to you and great to see you. Let's start with some numbers following that report. This is what we know about March as we're waiting for Title 42 to be lifted next month. 220,000 migrant encounters, 80,000 migrants released into the United States, 109 were expelled because of Title 42, which, as I mentioned, will be abolished as of next month. And now we're talking about migrants on terror watch lists. I mean, this is really a problem, not just for border states like yourself, but for the rest of the country as well. Your reaction to lifting Title 42 at this moment in time?
Well, thanks for having me, Jackie. And let me just say on behalf of my fellow sheriffs, police chiefs, mayors, state governors, and beyond, this is a frustrating moment in time for all of us. The fact is, President Biden, Secretary Mayorkas, has failed to prioritize our southern borders, our borders, to public safety, national security, humanitarian, and health. And as a result of that, that's why since October 1st of 2021 to current times, we've had 300,000 gotaways, another 1 million encounters by CBP. Now, those 300,000 gotaways, like Mr. Holman saying, I agree 100%. We see it in my county when it comes to the criminal element that is invading our country, into our communities, and infecting us with drugs and crime.
Can we dig a little bit more into the impact on the community? Because so many people, I mean, we do know and we have evidence that some of the migrants are being, shipped all over, bused, flown to different parts of the country, but they sort of just blend into the community and you don't necessarily know what's going on. I feel like you have a front row seat to the impact that it's having. So talk to me about crime, about the drugs coming into this country, about the concerns of terrorism, the problems that we have at this border.
Well, Jackie, we have our own camera system here in Cochise County. 2 years ago, we were managing about 400 a month. Currently, we're pushing 8,000 a month. This is the worst I've seen in my 38 years. And as a result of the Biden discretionary border plan, or open border plan, however you want to look at it, we have seen everything in my county from death to home invasions, to fair-to-yield pursuits. We had a 59-year-old female several weeks ago get run over by a smuggler going through a school zone at 80 miles an hour. This is the stuff we're seeing every day in Cochise County. It's disturbing. It's avoidable if this president will secure and look at his oath of office to secure our borders.
President Biden referred to the illegal immigrants essentially as refugees. He was making a comparison, saying that we understand in this country what the Ukrainians are going through as they try to find safe havens in other countries. And he essentially made that comparison, which was really incensed many people because we have immigration policies here in this country. Many of these people are not refugees, and there was nothing wrong with saying, stay in Mexico while your asylum case is pending. Why do we have to let them in? And when he calls them refugees, how does that make you feel?
Well, for all my fellow law enforcement, state, local, and federal, that are working so hard to secure our borders, that's an insult. It truly is an insult. The fact is that President Biden has forgot the rule of law when it comes to immigration law, when it comes to public safety on our borders and national security. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it. Communities are going to see it. President Biden has made our border discretionary when it comes to the rule of law. That's one of the worst things you can ever do for a country and every American. And it is. I can't say it's beyond frustrating for us that have been working so many years to protect our communities.
Yeah, and we just want to thank you, Sheriff Daniels, because we know not only are the border agents overwhelmed, but we know that local law enforcement in the border states like yourself are really doing your best. Try to help people in the community, keep them safe. And it's really difficult to do under these conditions. So we salute you and we thank you for that.
Thank you, Jackie. And one thing I say, along with my fellow sheriffs and police chiefs and all law enforcement, we'll never give up the hope. We're going to continue to do our oath of office, and that's to protect every American and our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good to see you tonight.